Hey, what's up guys, it's Jukes here, hope you're having a great day, and in this video we're going to be doing a little side-by-side comparison between the Black Ops Cold War Alpha to Modern Warfare. And yes, I know it's just an alpha, but I wanted to make this video so we can track the progress of the build up to the beta and ultimately the release of the game in November. First I'm going to talk through and show some things I noticed, and after that I've also recorded the weapon reload animations from every gun in Cold War, along with their recoil patterns, and I put them beside their Modern Warfare counterparts. So when we're done talking, I'll just put that up at the end and let it play. Alright, so if you got a chance to play the alpha, one of the first things you may have noticed was that the movement felt a little different, kind of awkward. So one of the top posts on Reddit, with 92% of people agreeing, asked, does the movement feel off to anyone else? I've played 7 matches and the game's fun, but it feels weird. The movement feels like an off-brand COD because of the lack of weight. This was kind of a trend that I was seeing and that I felt as well. And a lot of people said they didn't know exactly what was off about it, but the game just felt kind of light and floaty, but also clunky at the same time. So I'm going to do my best and kind of look at what's going on here and try to point out why it feels this way. So let's look at movement and sliding in Cold War versus Modern Warfare. So here on the left, we have the Cold War MP5, and on the right, we have the Modern Warfare MP5. And from this little comparison, when we go back and time them and do all the math, we can see that the Cold War MP5 is roughly 9% faster than the Modern Warfare MP5. It's basically the same difference between the PKM and the MP5 in Modern Warfare, which is fine. A little bit faster movement speed is good. It encourages more gunfights, and it's probably not the reason that this game feels light and floaty. Sliding, however, is another story. I don't know if you guys have seen this viral Reddit clip, but this kind of summarizes the current state of sliding in Cold War. And clearly you should not be able to move like that in this game. So I looked into sliding in both games, and this is what I found. In Modern Warfare, when you slide, your speed decreases by roughly about 20% during the animation. But in Cold War, your speed actually increases by about 12%, which doesn't really make any sense. On top of that, the time spent sliding takes about 15% longer in Cold War, which means every time you slide, you're covering about 40 to 45% more ground than in Modern Warfare, which is why your character feels so light and floaty. Additionally, this is minor, but I noticed when you were sliding, there was also very little vibration compared to Modern Warfare, which just contributed more to the light feeling. Next, we're going to look at the grenade and C4 animations, which were another complaint among the community and felt really off, and this is why. When you look at the C4s in the alpha, they look like a brick. They don't rotate or move in the air at all. They're very clunky looking. And when you throw stuns and smokes, they don't really move much as well. Additionally, when you slow down the animation, the grenade itself actually disappears and they become completely invisible for about 4 to 8 frames, which makes tracking them pretty awkward as they just magically teleport forward. And another big complaint was that the grenade animation and grenades just took way too long to throw and to go off. And what I found was that the actual animation itself was pretty comparable to Modern Warfare, but we have to remember that in Modern Warfare we have amped, which helps us increase that speed. But what I did find, which is notable, is that it actually takes a full second longer for the grenade to go off in Cold War when compared to Modern Warfare, which is about 25% longer, but in Cold War, since it's a little bit of a faster paced game, it feels even a little bit longer than that. Next thing I want to quickly point out, which isn't a big deal, but when climbing ladders in Cold War, you have no arms as of right now, you just float. And this also makes it so you can't use a pistol on a ladder like in Modern Warfare. And while it is a little thing, all these little things begin to add up, which all contribute to Modern Warfare just feeling a lot more fluid and immersive. Next, In general, the maps and graphics just seem to not be rendering correctly, and it took a while to load, which made visibility bad. Right now, I'm going to pause the clip for a few seconds, and I want you guys to tell me if you can spot where the enemy is on the screen right now. So as you can see, spotting and tracking enemies in Cold War was pretty difficult in the alpha, and hopefully in the beta we'll see an improvement to visibility. And finally, before I go, I want you guys to pay attention to the size of the weapons in Cold War versus Modern Warfare. And you'll see that there are a few guns like the M16 and the Type 63 that are significantly smaller than their Modern Warfare counterparts, and this definitely contributes to the game feeling lighter when playing it, and makes it harder to track targets because of the smaller iron sights. But yeah, so that's all the commentary I have, and as promised, here's every Cold War Alpha weapon compared side by side with the Modern Warfare weapons. And for some reason, when recording the animations, the audio from Cold War didn't pick up, but I made sure to sync the Modern Warfare audio with the Cold War guns to the exact frame to show you guys that the weapon animations in Cold War really aren't that bad and feel much more powerful when synced with the Modern Warfare audio. But yeah, hope this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.
Running low. Running low.
spy plane inbound.